What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and today we're going to be talking about what you need, the secrets to building the best Madden 22 Ultimate Team. For those of you guys that have been following me for a while, you guys would know and understand that there's a lot of things that go into being the best on the field for that specific game. Also understand that these things will vary, because EA Sports does tune the game regular, and it does get crazy from time to time. So people need to understand a couple things about the game. Basically, what you're going to need is a way to be able to run the football successfully and then pass the ball, with play action or whatever like that. And you don't have to have the best team. Okay, because some of you guys are going to say, yeah, Gmia, you built your team up. It's pretty solid. What do we need to do with this? Like, how are we going to get a team like that? So I'm going to explain to you guys, the basics of what you actually need. Now, in this year of Madden, it took me about 2-3 months because the game has been changing up and getting weird. But what changed my mindset about the game itself was when they did the most feared promo. What we learned from that is that the game focuses in certain aspects on strength. For those of you guys that played the game against idiots that were running around and doing weird stuff, they had a 99 strength O-line, it was wild, you would notice that you could not do anything to stop them. It was something to where you saw the impact of the weight, right? So it was a little bit different than a lot of other things in the game. For instance, a guy like even Trent Brown can be good. Although he's such a low overall, he can still be good. Why? Because he's 380 pounds. The only thing that EA won't allow him to do is win every matchup. But he won't just get ran over, but he'll get shedded by little skinny guys and stuff like that because he doesn't have the overall higher ratings, but he has the weight. So it's kind of like a toss-up with him, but when he gets his next card, you're going to immediately see what I'm trying to explain. The weight, the strength, things like that, it heavily affects the game, right? So what you're going to need to do, you're going to look for a basis for your players, right? And all of them don't have to have 90 strength. That doesn't have to be a thing, but it's something that I would recommend. Looking for players with at least a minimal 90 strength. And a lot of these players that I'm showing you are very, very cheap. Although they're 93s like Joe Thomas, he's very, very cheap. If you play, solo battles and you grind your challenges the way that I've explained to you guys, you won't have issues in attaining these specific cards. When the cards get more and more expensive, like a Myles Garrett, that's the other side of the ball that you're going to have to pretty much understand. Right now, we're going to cover offensively with the abilities and stuff like that. And then based on your feedback, we'll jump into the defensive side of the ball. But right now, this is offensive. So the strength does apply to both sides of the ball, but if you're looking at your old lineman, you want to look for a median average of a 90 strength. The run block power, and run block footwork are very, very important, but they don't have to all be in the 90s. It's better if it is, but it doesn't have to be. The taller and the bigger the lineman, the better. So when you get a 6'6" guy that's about 312 pounds, you're going to get a little bit more of oomph when he makes, that impact on the player. Now, you guys may notice that we've added Nasty Streak back and we're leaving it on. I'm going to explain to you guys just the way that we formulated the offense so you guys kind of understand. If you guys have been riding with me since Madden 20, it's pretty much the offense that I created, the stretch and streaks, it's back. EA has allowed it to come back to where you can successfully run the ball and pass out of iPro or Strong Pro if you prefer to do that as well. But Nasty Streak, it's not as OP as it once was, but it's very, very formidable in the run game. Because what it does is, it will pancake the DBs and the linebackers, but it'll hold the linemen. So you'll get a guaranteed block on whatever side you're running to, and then you got to figure out the rest. So as far as the old linemen go, even Larry Allen, very, very cheap. And keep in mind, the theme team aspect of the game is still alive and well. So I would recommend heavily making sure that you do have a theme team. Choose whatever one you want. I don't care. But just make sure that you have a theme team because those boosts are very important. So the minimum of 90 strength, right? Nasty Streak on both tackles. Because what you're doing is you're creating a situation where if you run stretch, power O, or whatever to either side, you have a guaranteed block. Now remember, when they start to run commit you, the stretch is going to work better than the power. Just understand that even though they can run commit to any side and down, the stretch, you can get outside with Nasty Streak when they run commit. Always remember that. The tight end, it's required that they actually have the tight end apprentice. That is a requirement because unless you have Dan Marino, which for me, I prefer a quarterback that gets gunslinger, you won't be able to create the hot routes. When you're running an iPro situation, you got to make sure that you can get your posts, your corners. You got to be able to do all that because otherwise, you're just running a stupid offense that they're going to start run committing every play and they might start to get lucky. You have to be able to make your own routes. Now, like I said, you can go Dan Marino, Hot Route Master, whatever, if you guys like his release. I prefer Josh Allen. That's me. You can do whatever you want. But this is a requirement that I think that is very necessary, okay? With the actual, your running back, the one thing that's bad about, Patterson is that he has been fumbling a lot lately. Let me know if he's been doing that for you. I was asking a lot of the stream. The guy's like, yo, this guy sucks now. I don't know what happened to him. But he gets the backfield master for 2, and that really hurts us because we're not able to do the things that we want to do simply because it's costing us more AP. But it's necessary because you have to be able to create these different types of routes. It's definitely something that you should look into, something that I consider very important in that aspect. All right, so definitely take a look at that. Now, if you're a Raider theme team or you're any theme team that this guy played for, you would obviously get that boosted speed. But backfield master, obviously that's nothing new. It's a must. The one new thing, other than the gunslinger being on Josh Allen, that I'm going to talk to you guys about as far as making sure that your run game is very OP, is making sure that your outside receivers are physical. And a lot of you guys have been like, yo, Gmia, you had Randy Moss, you raid sold him, what happened? He can't run block a dead end, and he's garbage. So although Plaxico is 2 speed points slower, he's a physical wide receiver, 6'5", and he has the weight. He can hold down a corner or even a safety and help you open up that run game. And then again, once they start getting antsy with the run, real football, you hit him with some play action, crosses over the middle, it starts to get real disgusting and nasty. That's what we're looking for. Not only that, with this type of offensive scheme, it slows the game down. When you're running the ball, it slows it down and lets the clock run, and you're able to do a lot more to kind of get that win. So under the specialist, you'll find Brandon Marshall. Again, simplistic situation. Because they're physical, they can get honorary linemen, and because they can do that, they're going to hold their blocks. 6'5", 232. They made them better than Randy Moss intentionally. So you have to look for that. And then also on both of them, matchup nightmare. So no matter what happens, no matter what route they're on, it's going to help to entice the fact that they may end up catching the ball. And with this type of situation, when you create it, it does make for a much better scenario. Now remember, Chase Claypool is also physical. There are a lot of physical receivers. So you don't particularly need Burris or, Brandon Marshall. I'm just giving you the archetypes of physical and let you understand that those are the type of players that help you in that run game. And once you start to do that, it really does open up everything else. For instance, I got rid of the other guy that was here, Shaq Mason, and I put in a basic, team builder right guard. Is he better than Shaq Mason? No. The dude has an 80 pass block, footwork, whatever. But again, because of the other guys and the 90 strength where he's chem to, he actually plays well. And he's 6'5", 340. So he can sit there and still help out. Would I rather someone else there? Yes. But for me, it works with the way that he does what he's supposed to do. In the passing game, he might let a guy in to sack you a couple times. Like, things happen. But remember, it is a Raiders theme team. And you're looking for that 90 strength type of threshold to where you can kind of rock it. Rodney Hudson, we don't have his final card. That is something that we're going to be looking to get. He's at about an 88, but we'll get his final card soon and kind of max him out, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll see if there's a major change with it. But again, 315. Little one, the undersized with 6'2", but 315 pounds, a decent amount of weight. So now you've understood the creation of your O-line, whether you pass or run, you can have this kind of O-line. But if you want to enhance your run, nasty streak. And the stretch and streaks are back. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Hopefully you have an unbelievable and beautiful, blessed day. If you want more about the defense, you got to let me know in the comment section. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.